Hi, friends. Welcome to Enlightened World Network. Today we are celebrating a day of love for Mother Earth and our very special guest today, Julia Greef. She's going to be doing a meditation called Encircle Gaia in Love. We're so glad to have you here, Julia. Thank you.
It's always a delight to share with you and your audience. Thank you so much, Ruth, for the opportunity to be here and to take part in this day for Gaia.
Absolutely. Okay, Julia, I'll get out of the way and you can just start.
Thank you. So we are going to go into a space of meditation and receive healing infusions from Gaia, and also then reciprocate by sending our love back to Gaia. And at the same time, receive various messages and activations from Gaia and her beings. So I invite you all first to close your eyes. And let's begin by focusing on the breath, breathing deep into the body now. And on the exhale, letting everything that you've been holding on to just release. Repeating a few more breaths like that in your own time. And the first beings that are actually coming in for us are the crystals. And they are placing us in a crystal healing chamber. And we are each invited to lay down on the crystal healing bed there. And as we do, we are being activated through each of our chakra areas, helping to bring them into greater balance, both the individual chakras and then also the harmony and the flow between them. And also receiving an infusion of golden light. And various angelic beings and galactic beings are coming into this healing chamber to work with us on our energy fields, helping to clear and release that which is no longer serving us and blocks. And so many in this particular group of souls, they are saying, have a block around the knowing of the amazing being that you are in human form as well as a soul. As a human, you tend to be so much more critical of self. to really give yourself a hard time when you feel like you've got it wrong or not done something as well as you would have liked to. You have such high standards for yourself. And they are saying this is beautiful that you aim for the highest and to be that highest embodiment of light and of joy and of love in the world that you can. But you don't need to be so hard on yourself when you don't present as you would really like to. So they are sending out an infusion of healing love to support our lower chakras, the first, second, third chakra, in releasing some of that density of shame or guilt that has been held where we haven't believed ourselves to be enough or worthy enough. And then infusing golden light into our heart chakra. Being us to come more into harmony with the divine essence that we are, that sees all with the eyes of love, including the human self that we are. And then Gaia's green healing energy is starting to suffuse this energetic space that we are in. And the energetic field of each individual. Going exactly where it is needed in each individual's physical and energetic bodies. Holding us in such a space of love. Gaia radiating her love for us, the light community. Her gratitude for our presence on the earth here at this time now. And she's showing me an image of candles with steady flames of light just pricking up all over different parts of Gaia as the light and the love that we spread. First, by our presence here, not only by our presence, but by the areas to which we direct our prayer, our prayerful intentions, our loving thoughts, our healing. This is creating more and more of these candles of light on the face of Gaia. And she is expressing how profoundly grateful she is for this presence of light that we are on the planet at this time. And inviting us to sit in a space of meditation, not just as this light community, but also with her, just sending love to Gaia, being in this space of energetic connection, to meditating with Gaia and sending our love to her. And the energy of rose quartz also now coming into our physical and energetic vessel. Bringing a truly peace-suffused energy to us at this time. Helping us to come back to the center of our being. and inviting us just to stay in this beautiful energetic space as we receive the various messages from the beings that want to come through for us today. And first, it is the collected trees of Gaia that are coming. And they are speaking of what I'm sure many of us know, how under the ground their roots are connected and form networks, so that a tree in one area through this connected network can support a tree even several miles or kilometers away from it. And they are saying that they see that tree as part of themselves. There is no separation there. They are one embodiment of life. And the trees wish to thank the people in this particular community for doing what they can to support others in other parts of Gaia, and for having that sense that everyone is a sister, everyone is a brother. And at the same time, they are also asking us to come into a deeper embodiment of care for ourselves and for the others that are also a part of self. And this starts with having a reverence and a sense of the sacredness and the awe that we are life force energy. Feeling the true blessing of what it is to be alive. The joy of just taking a simple breath of clean, pure air. Admiring the many beautiful creations in our life, whether of nature or of people, or family, or friends, the creations that we have brought forth. Inviting us to really just lean into that joy of the gift that it is to be on earth. To have been given this gift of life. And then feeling into this sense of love for all of humanity, that all are our brothers, all are our sisters. And as we do this, I hear the galactic beings, especially those in the Pleiades and the Arcturians and the Sirians, saying how they also see us on Earth as their brothers, their sisters. Allowing our hearts to radiate out to encompass the whole of Gaia and beyond Gaia to the other planets that are aligned with the highest principles of love and light. And feeling also their love for us, humanity, beamed back to us at this time. And the animal being that is stepping in for us. And the word that is coming in is elk. I don't actually quite know what an elk is, but I'm having a vision of like a very old and like a very muscly sculpted, very tall, very proud deer with huge antlers. And this elk is asking us to return to our connection to the ground, to the sunshine, to the water, to the elements of earth. To realize how important these are, not only to us, but to all the beings on Gaia at this time. And to each do our part to help preserve them in their state of cleanliness and purity for the life that comes after us, not just our own children, but also the other life forms on Gaia too, the plants and the animals too, to expand our consciousness of love and of care to include the other beings on Gaia also. So let us just spend a moment being in that presence of love for all the beings on Gaia. And this elk is telling us that our ancestors knew the way, and some ways we need to return to the ways of the ancestors in treating the earth with more care, more reverence, as more important, realizing that we are a part of her. And it's not about just returning to the traditional ways, it's about doing it in ways that work for us, this new generation, he is saying, but that just as with our ancestors, when they felt that heart connection to the earth, the answers came in for them. We still have that ability within us, but so many of us have lost the ability to connect to our hearts. Those in this group of gathered souls, he sees as being those who still have that intention, and in many ways that ability is asking us to share that more widely with the people around us, whether they be children or the grandparents' generation, asking them to connect with their hearts and to feel what the truth is there and to let that guide them in their actions. And now a line of ancestors is starting to form, like the ancient peoples of each land, those known and unknown to us. And at the front of this line walks a woman. I'm being told that she is a druid woman and she is holding a ball of light. It's not an actual ball, it's like an etheric ball, but it's clearly visible in physical. And she is placing this ball of light in each of our hearts to help us connect more to that heart wisdom. And will help us also to expand our love to encompass beings that are other than us, she is saying, in the widest sense. And now we each find that in our hands we also have this ball of light, and we are being asked to travel now energetically, etherically, to wherever we would like to in Gaia, and to plant this ball of light just under the soil to help to bring more light in that region. So I invite you now to take the ball of light that we have been given and to take it to the part of the world that you feel needs love and care and attention and light now, and to plant it there as a giver of more light in that region or situation. And the ancestors are thanking us for our willingness to take part in this ceremony today and to honor this gift that they have brought for us, and saying that they deeply honor each of us in the process and the depth of our journey. And the dragon beings also coming in to clear and to remove some of the denser energy from those places on Gaia in which we have planted those balls, those spheres of light. Now they are showing me an image of the light starting to radiate out from the spheres in a kind of triangle upwards. And so then all of that light is also intersecting with the light from the other spheres that have been planted and creating an enormous radiance of light around and in Gaia. And this is starting to activate the pyramids and other ancient sites so that they can once more be more active in the activation of the codes that they hold here for the planet too. And all the beings, I wish to thank each of you for your participation in this sending of love and light and application of the light on Gaia at this time. Gaia had also asked me to pull 2 cards to share with the group. Feel free to stay in a space of meditation. If you would like to, I will also share the cards that I took from the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle by Kyle Gray. The first of these being the Sirius Star Blessings card, which for some reason my camera is not picking up very clearly, but they're drawing me first to the image, which I know did not come up very clearly, but there's an image of clouds. This area is clouds, and they're saying that is like Gaia is being elevated. So I don't know if you've ever been mountain climbing and you look down and there's like a layer of clouds so you can't see the earth below, but the Gaia is being elevated up to that level, and they're thanking us for our participation in that process. And then from the words on the card, they're drawing my attention to the word be seen, and they're asking us to see ourselves and to see our light and to see our beauty and to see our radiance and truly come into a heart of love for self. The second card, and it's really interesting to me that they are both, quite galactic cards, considering this is a Gaia meditation, is this Hathor light codes card. And they are drawing my attention to the third eye, which is also emphasized on the card, and saying that they are now bringing in a third eye activation to support each of us in being more aligned with our guidance through being able to hear and perceive it more clearly. Thank you. So let us just finish by imagining, visualizing, feeling into this group of us gathered here, the Enlightened World Network community, holding hands around Gaia and just beaming love from our hearts into her. And thank you for this precious time spent together today, and wishing each of you a bright and a beautiful and a blessed Earth Day.
Julia, thank you. That was beautiful. You know, it's funny to me that you are the third person in the last week that has brought up something to do with Hathor.
Oh, really?
Third person. Yes. Do you know much about the Hathors? Is that something you can share with us?
I don't actually know much at all, in all honesty. I have channeled a couple of messages from them. I haven't like looked up any information about them, so I don't have like any reference points, but they came in as a very high dimensional energy and frequency that is here to support us and are very active in like the activation of the light codes in our body was how they came in for me when I've channeled them before, and also what they are sharing now. But how did they come up in other?
It had to do, we were talking about Egypt, and they
Okay.
they both talked about Hathor and being um, and almost ancestral. I mean, old timey Egypt.
Mm,
Yeah, so it's just interesting. So I've been trying to learn a little bit about them. So
right, I believe that they're like a galactic presence, but there is also that connection to Egypt. And there is a Egypt goddess called Hathor, or I do believe, or goddess, I'm not entirely
right,
sure.
right.
And I do think there's a very direct connection to there. And that really, in the meditation, they were speaking about the pyramids and other ancient sites being activated. So that really speaks to that as well, because I believe it is the galactic energy coming into the planet is really helping to reactivate those sites, as well as the energy from the crystals within Gaia herself.
Yeah, beautiful. And that's actually, I asked for three of those balls of light because I've been working with the energy of Jerusalem, Luxor, and Syria. And so that's where I went. And then you were talking about the pyramids, and it was like, yep, yep.
It's just wonderful.
Yeah, so interesting the way that that works. And I want to share with you, we have elk here.
Oh, you do?
We do. And you described it perfectly.
Oh, that's wonderful. Because I was like, I kind of have heard that word before, but I'm not exactly sure what kind of an animal being that is. So that is coming from then probably from a Native American kind of heritage. They're very much, it was a sense that it is asking us to go back to more of those ways, but do it in a way that works for us. Like going back to the ways of the ancestors. And so with it being elk, that would have been like the kind of like the native
Mhm.
Indians, I presume, Native American Indians.
Yep, yep, exactly right. Thank you, Julia. This was absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Looking so forward to the rest of the entries for today on Earth Day. Here at Enlightened World Network, every day is Earth Day. So we are using this as an opportunity for a day of love for Mother Earth. So, Julia, thank you. And friends, you can see Julia Greef here on Enlightened World Network. She is providing meditations for us several times this year. And if you go on YouTube to Enlightened World Network and in the small search, just type in Julia. She's the only one we've got, and she's got many meditations on there. So, friends, thank you for being here. Take good care. God bless. We'll see you all soon. Thank you, Julia.